Hey, Nispoe here. So, I got a new mouse. Thought I'd do a little bit of an unboxing on this one. So, this is the Logitech MX Anywhere 3. I have actually used every version of this mouse. It all started with this original mouse. The cool thing with this mouse was that it has this thing called dark field technology. And one of the problems that I used to have, I used to traveling and consult quite a lot, and every time I would go to a hotel, they would either have some sort of glass, or a mirror, maybe finish on a desktop, or I would get some sort of weird situation where I just don't have a mouse pad, or something where I can the laser would track easily, or very well. Darkfield was actually the first technology where they ended up making a mouse that could work anywhere. And ever since then, have kind of traveled with these things all over and used them. Very, very, very useful. Um, I used to actually carry around a little mouse pad with me back in the day, and that was actually pretty annoying. This first mouse, the first generation of it, it was battery operated, and it came with a dongle that you would use. And the dongle would be what you'd kind of leave in your laptop and then be able to kind of pair with your mouse and be able to use it. What I did like about this was the powering on switch was this right here. This kind of would power and then also expose kind of that laser down at the bottom, or I believe it's maybe a camera, to be honest. And then the nice thing with this one, I think all of these mice, I actually have the other version of this one, the one prior to this one. I think it was the Anywhere 2. This is like the 2S, I believe, or something like that. I'll probably find the exact model and kind of link it. Um, but this one, what was not, I guess the nice things about it was that it was tracking, and then it had this feature where if you pressed the the button in on the middle, you got this kind of free scrolling, and that free scrolling was very, very fast. Um, Now the problems with this one was that it had over time. I actually have two of these mice. Over time, what would happen is that I believe the switches would end up failing. Um, so after so many clicks, the switches would no longer work, or they produce that, I guess, that thing that everyone talks about related to Logitech mice, related to the double clicking. What I liked about all of these mice is that they kind of, I have, even when I'm gaming, even with these mice, I can actually, um, I have kind of a claw grip usually, a lot of times when I'm playing FPS or something fast. So these mice were very light and very basic, very minimal. Not a lot of features to them that kind of overcomplicate the mice. I do have this one. This is the 502, and I really like the 502 when it was corded. This is the Lightspeed version, and the Lightspeed version has pretty much everything that you would want in a gaming mice, or gaming mouse, sorry. And then has all of the various features. The only downside with this one is that it's not very great for FPS type of games, because um, it's pretty heavy, so you can't do a lot of lift motions. Um, so, anyways, there's the first version of this mouse, and I kind of showed this one. I have actually maybe a side project where I might disassemble one of these and then swap out the switches to something better, and then see if the mouse works pretty well, because that was actually a very good mouse. Now I have two different versions of this mouse. The other one, it had like a gold, and I believe they made like a blue version of it or something like that. And the reason why I ended up buying that mouse was it had Bluetooth. Um, I didn't need a dongle anymore. I could actually just connect. And what was also nice is that there's this feature. Let me turn this on. You can kind of see that there's a light right here, right? And then you can switch to 3 different devices. So what was neat with this is that I could actually pair it with maybe the dongle if I wanted to, and leave that in maybe a desktop computer. And then these other 2 I could pair with maybe a laptop or another computer. And depending on kind of the scenario, I would be able to kind of take this mouse and use it on multiple computers and be able to just carry this thing around. This is actually more significantly lighter than this one. This one has a rechargeable battery as well, the previous version of this one actually. From that previous version to this version, they added one new neat feature where this one actually, with the software, it allowed you to kind of click and drag between computers. So if you wanted to, let's say you had a file, maybe an Excel file on one computer, you could actually use this and the software, click and then drag it from one computer to another computer if you had the maybe like a laptop or a desktop, and then they were both not even connected together. This would be the bridge, and it would then be able to allow you to drag and drop things from one computer to another. So that was a kind of a nifty feature with this one. Same free flowing wheel, and the kind of like with the 502, it has that same feature, but the 502 you actually have to press this button right here, and then you get this free moving type of scrolling, fast scrolling, speed scrolling is what they call it, I believe. This one, it doesn't have a button, but you actually have to press the middle button in, and then you can go free flowing, free scrolling, or kind of the other scroll, which kind of gives you this like tactile feel every time you click, or it's like a clicking kind of feel. The problem with that is that there's an inefficiency. So sometimes I kind of just want to leave it in free scrolling mode. So that comes down to this mouse. So I believe this mouse actually has all of the features and has this new mag speed, where you don't have to click this mouse, the middle mouse button in to get that free flowing kind of speed scrolling. Instead, they did something with like they call it mag speed, and you actually get back your middle button. There's lots of times where if I were playing games, I was missing that middle button, and because of that, I lost functionality in what I was playing. So, very good mouse, but if depending on the type of game, it probably was not one of those useful mice to use for certain games. So, kind of go, I guess, unbox this and then kind of show you the mouse itself. Pretty excited because this will probably be one of those daily driver type of mice for me. I find I use this mouse probably the most out of all the mice that I have, and it's just because of the utility of the mouse itself. Let's see, I don't know how to use this thing. I guess from the bottom. It's like a packaging seems pretty complicated. I don't understand why. Seems like this little thing right at the top is making it so it can't push that through, I guess. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so there's the box. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Well, it kind of just pops open like that. And there is the mouse. Huh. they give you the dongle again, so it's kind of useful. It's an anywhere kind of dongle, or not an anywhere, but a dongle where you can kind of connect more than one device actually. So I used to have a keyboard that I used, a Logitech keyboard, and then the mouse, and you could use one dongle only if you wanted to go that route. You've got, it's like some setup instructions, but these mice are pretty intuitive to set up. For example, like this mouse, you would turn it on, and then you would just hold down the button, and when you held that button down, it would do this quick blinking like that, and you could do the pairing. So you just pair the device with the computer. Also, I guess one of the great features of this one, which interested me, was that this is actually USB-C. Let's see here. Go ahead and pull this off. So this looks like this is kind of the, maybe kind of a protection and explaining how you connect. Yeah, you can see how it tells you to hold the thing for 3 seconds and for pairing. So yeah, there that is. Just gonna put that over here. Yeah, the mouse design has changed a little bit. It looks like they kind of made it a little bit more slim, kind of right here, and then they changed the skates. So now there's kind of these 4 uniform looking skates. Rechargeable battery as well. And yeah, it looks like 3 different devices still, and an on and off switch right there. Looks like the buttons are relatively in the same place. And the scrolling is really smooth. I don't have to do any sort of clicking to activate the button. I can just go up and down, and you can't probably see that, but it is spinning pretty freely. You just kind of go up and down and scroll, and then it has some weight, so that way it won't kind of continuously scroll for no reason. Yeah, the switches feel like they're the exact same kind of switches. Okay, so that is the mouse. Give it a try. Maybe after a little while of using it, probably give a follow-on review. My sense is that this is probably going to meet all my expectations compared to the previous mouse. And this is definitely a mouse that I love using quite a bit. So, all right, peace out.